Hey everyone, Max Power 10 here with some more domination tips for you. This is a game of domination and sub base, and I'm playing with a squad of 3. It's Archon, Dano, and myself again, and 3 random people. I'm going to start the game with the Marathon Lightweight Commando Pro class, and I'm going to run for B. Archon's coming with me. Dano's going to get C, and I'm going to use a smoke grenade for cover. And really with domination, what you want to do is you want to take 2 points and let the other team have the 3rd point. And you want to let them have that point for a couple reasons. And the main reason is that you know where they're spawning. So if they have A, you know they're going to spawn around or behind A, so you know what direction they're going to come from. And it's important to get 2 points as early as possible so you take the lead and then you can defend. The other team is on offense. And here you can see I try to push up here and I get shot in the face. And I mean, Call of Duty really rewards defensive play, so if you're playing defensively, you'll probably do better than if you were aggressive. I mean, you can be aggressive if you have a great connection or your host, but when you're not, it doesn't usually work out for you. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to trap them in the Ray spawn. I'm trying to push up and trap them there. And Subbase is a pretty big map. There's a lot of ways out of A. There's the buildings and the upstairs and the downstairs, 3 entrances. And since there's just 3 of us, trying to hold them at A is going to be pretty difficult with just me and Archon. When you play with a bunch of random people, I mean, sometimes a lot of them don't use mics, and even if they do, they you're playing with people that might not understand your tactics or your game style, and it's pretty difficult to communicate effectively in a fast-paced game with a group of people that you may have never played with before. So after a couple attempts here, I decide that we're not going to be able to trap them at A, so I'll just go back to defending B with Archon, and Dano will watch C. But I do like the lightweight, the Commando, and the Marathon class. It's with the silent Uzis. It can be pretty deadly. You can jump over obstacles pretty quickly with the Commando Pro. You can jump off a building, not take any damage, and run up and knife someone. So it can be a pretty decent class to run. But since I really can't hold them in spawn, I'm going to switch. And this guy on our team's taking A, and I explained to him we don't want A. What happens if you have all 3 points, the enemy's going to spawn randomly. They're going to spawn somewhere on the map, and most likely they're going to spawn behind you. And they're going to knife you in the back, and they're going to blow you out of position. So let them keep A. We don't need it. They can have it, and we know where they are. So I'm going to switch to my sniper class here, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to hold B with Archon. And Dano's job is to hold C. So with the sniper rifles, I like the FMJ attachment, sort of like the deep impact. I think that's the best attachment for them. It allows me to shoot through walls and barrels or whatever else to kill people, get a couple collaterals. The Barrett, the 50 caliber, and the intervention are the snipers I prefer. I don't use the other 2. I don't really like them. They don't do as much damage. Here, Dano loses C, and I'm basically going to come help him get it back. You want to try to coordinate your flag captures. You kind of want to get 2 people to flag out at once. It takes about 10 seconds for 1 person to cap a flag. It takes, I think, 5 seconds for 2 people to cap one. So, I mean, 10 seconds, that's plenty of time for someone to spawn, run to the flag, throw a grenade, and blow that person off of it. So you don't really want to cap by yourself. Try to coordinate so you get 2 people on the flag, and it's more likely that you'll get it. This guy, I stun him. I'm not really sure where he is. I think he runs into the building, so I'm trying to find him before I get back up into my post, and I'm not sure where he went. So I actually think he gets killed by this claymore here. And why this is happening, since I'm not up there, we'll actually lose B, but we'll only lose it for a few seconds. I mean, we got a good lead, you don't need to panic. So, I'll go back up to my post, and one of the random guys on our team says that he can take B, so I will try to help him out by keeping the enemies at bay, and Archon's down there as well, so we'll get B back pretty quickly here. But with my gameplay, my commentary, I really focus on squad tactics and working together as a team, playing with friends. I'm not someone who plays really as an individual. I'm not going to go into a domination game and get behind enemy lines and use my team as cannon fodder and get a score of like 50-3. I've seen gameplays of that caliber, and at the same time that the team loses. So when somebody racks up a really good score, being defensive and sneaky, but they don't necessarily lead their team to a victory. And I don't really play as an individual. I play with my friends constantly, so I'd rather play with them. We'll end up splitting kills, but ultimately what we want to do is we want to win, and we want everyone to have a decent kill-to-death ratio, and everyone get their kill streaks in and stuff. So that's what we focus on. Hopefully some of these tactics I go over will help you achieve that as well. So in a game like Subbase, a map like Subbase, and like Favela, where there's an up and a down, the rooftops and the grounds, it's good to split your forces up and have somebody on the ground, somebody on the roof. That way if an enemy starts shooting the guy on the roof, the guy on the ground can take him out, and vice versa. It definitely helps. So Dano is got C here, and somebody's taking it. If Dano needs help, he'll tell me. If he doesn't, then there's no reason for me to turn around and do anything. I mean, a lot of times, one of the biggest problems I see with Dom is you hear the enemy's taking C, and 5 people run at C, and everyone throws a grenade to blow the one person off of it. And while they do that, they're leaving themselves open for attack in other areas and out of position and other flags. So right here, Dano lost C. I ask him, does he need help? He's like, I got it, so don't worry about it. I want my kill streak anyways. And I got my Predator missile, and I see 3 targets, and I don't hit any of them, unfortunately. And this guy comes up, and I pull out my pistol to shoot him, and I fail. I cannot knife people. I don't know. I use a tactical layout. It may have something to do with it, but 9 times out of 10, I die. I cannot knife anyone. I'm the worst knifer in this game, I think. So they're getting desperate. You can see the riot shields coming out now, so they're going to use the riot shields and try to get points, because they know they need to cap something in order, cap a couple flags in order to win. We end up losing B, and because we lost B, I'm not going to go back up to that spot because they're going to spawn closer to me. And the worst thing to have happen is have the enemy spawn behind you. I mean, everyone gets frustrated when you get knifed in the back or shot in the back. You don't know someone's there, so you always want to try to keep your enemies ahead of you. Now, someone on our team takes A, and on our team takes A, and it irritates me a little bit because you don't want A and C in this type of map. It's a linear map. What's going to happen is you're going to split your forces. Like when you die, you're going to spawn either at A or you're going to spawn at C. And the enemy's going to be between you. And you want to spawn near your teammates, and you don't want to spawn all the way across the map. Like, look at this guy. He spawned at C, and he's running all the way to A to try to defend it. It's not going to happen. I mean, he's not going to get there in time. So that's why you don't want A. There's no reason we want B. We have plenty. Now he's running back. Guy chasing him with a shield. And I'm getting a headshot, and that's the second time I took this guy out, so he's not happy with me. But, yeah, we want B and C, or you want A and B. I mean, we only want A if we're desperate and we need it to pull off the win. But we got a great lead, plenty of time. Just fall back a little bit, just play defensively, get your kill streaks up, and then you can push forward. See, here's this guy, and I cannot knife anyone. And I get really lucky here because my teammate takes him out, and then, yeah, I'll give you the, yeah. But, yeah, I got real lucky there. And luckily, it saved my kill streak. So, like I said, we got a great lead. We'll just try to build up our kill streaks, and then we'll push forward again. So I'm just looking for another kill here. This guy spawns in front of me, and I think he must have walked away from his controller because he's not even moving. And an easy headshot, and I get my Predator missile. I like to use the Predator missile, the airstrike and the Harrier strike, because I'm able to clear points. So here I'm going to be able to clear the B completely. So I'm telling my teammates now that I'm dumping everything I have on B, so they can take it back. And Archon and Dano are pretty about to get their kill streaks now. So we're about to have 3 Harriers and 2 Predator missiles and a pave load and an airstrike in the air in about 30 seconds. So we'll take B back pretty quickly. We'll rack up a bunch more kills the game will be over. So again, you know, keep your 2 points. I mean, check the score now and again to make sure somebody on the other team isn't about to get a nuke. If they do, then you generally have to rush or spawn to make sure you find that guy and get him out of there. But you know, just hold your 2 points and defend and hopefully get your kill streaks. And if you can coordinate enough to trap them in their spawn, you get usually twice as many kills. So it's pretty much game over. I think everyone on our team is positive, and everyone on their team is negative. So, and that's what you want in a good dom match. So hopefully you walk away with something. And until next time, Max Power out. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I can't.